which cause havoc in our health system. The dwindling of immune system, inflation of goods, scarcity of food supply that affect how one's body should be nourished. This also conjugates to the mental health as those lockdowns cause anxiety leading to depression. With these health problems arises, together we will find reasonable solution, hope that our government will have holistic approach in combating this dilemma in our healthcare system. In connection, we also encourage, uplift our young people to go green and do backyard gardening for self-sufficient me as we are now facing the new world order. Ang bansang sapat at malusog, kailanmay di susuko at magkukumahon. Welcome to our Nutrition Month celebration with this year's theme, New Normal na Nutrisyon, Sama-samang gawan ng Solusyon.
Bountiful God, in your providence, you bring the work of our hands to harvest, nurturing the fruit of the earth that gives our bodies that receive. Help us to choose wisely and gratefully from your bounty, that we may live in harmony with your creation, avoid excess, and enjoy the good things that you provide. Move our hearts to ensure that those who lack sufficient nutrition may come to enjoy healthy body from the fruit of the earth. Thus may all your creatures return to you the thanksgiving and praise that is your due. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Tapos sunod na to? Wala na. Next.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
To give us a notch for our celebration, let me call our vivacious sponsor of our efforts in the TLE Department. Let us all welcome our charming TLE Department head, Ma'am Gemma S. Jucampo. Ma'am?
Thank you, Ma'am Liz. To our Public School District Supervisor 4B, Jaro, Dr. Teresa M. Penicilia, to our Secondary School Principal, Dr. Belinda V. Dinopor, to our Assistant School Principal, Ma'am Ruby Dumalao, to all our department heads, teachers, non-teaching personnel, parents and students who are watching via live Facebook, good morning. This year's Nutrition Month campaign is New Normal na Nutrisyon, Sama-samang gawan ng Solusyon. The theme this year calls for strengthened nutrition interventions and solidarity towards nutrition improvement as the country shifts towards living with the COVID-19 virus. The pandemic has made a huge impact on nutrition, such as disruptions in delivering nutrition and related services, increased hunger incidents. But there are also positive impacts, such as innovation in service delivery, home food production, increased awareness of one's health, and consuming healthy diets, and solidarity among the people to help each other. This Nutrition Month campaign promotes good nutrition, is the key to building immunity, protecting against illness and infection, and supporting recovery. Promote and adopt health-enhancing nutrition behaviors, including the consumption of sustainable, healthy diets. Teachers, students, parents, let us work together to end hunger and malnutrition for all our families. And we will continue to follow health protocols as prescribed by authorities. Lastly, I would like to express our heartfelt thanks to Ma'am Dinopol for allowing us to celebrate our Nutrition Month, and also to all our teachers, TLE teachers, for all your cooperations to make this activity possible. So again, I would like to welcome everyone to our 48th Nutrition Month celebration. Sama-sama nating gawan ng solusyon ang new normal na nutrisyon. And I would like to live this quote: let food be thy medicine. Thy medicine shall be thy food. Thank you, everyone, and I hope that you're going to enjoy our Nutrition Month activity. God bless and keep safe.
Thank you, Ma'am Jocampo, for that dish of a delightful message. All right, and now let us give our pleasantries to the Herald of Innovation, the pillar of our school, as she delivers her inspirational message. Let us hear it from our beloved school principal 4, Dr. Belinda V. Dinopor.
To our District Supervisor of Jaro 4B, Dr. Maria Teresa Penicilia, our Assistant Principal 2 of the Senior High School, Ma'am Ruby Dumalao, our Department Head of the TLE Department, Ma'am Gemma Jocampo, my dear Department Heads, teachers, students, parents, guests, good morning! Today, we celebrate the 2022 Nutrition Month, and what better way to remind us of the importance of proper nutrition than today? Malnutrition in all its forms includes undernutrition, wasting, stunting, underweight, inadequate vitamins or minerals, overweight, obesity, and resulting diet-related non-communicable diseases. Malnutrition continues to plague our country. This is not to be taken lightly because malnutrition or lack of proper nutrition impairs the child's physical and mental development. Will in turn hinder them from developing better cognitive skills and overall good health. The effect is long-term, my dear students, my dear teachers. Thus, in celebrating today's Nutrition Month, we reiterate our commitment to ensure that this is addressed. First, we have to continue to educate about proper nutrition, especially the parents. This is what we are going to do now. We must educate one another of the importance of proper nutrition. The proper nutrition of our children will help them develop their brain, other vital organs, and help them grow to be strong. With that, they can study well and understand their lessons well. Second, in this new normal, we must turn to what is natural, like eating vegetables and fruits. Because of all these rising prices and basic commodities, how do we address this? We can do this by planting in our yard or in our own little corner in our home. There are vegetables that are easy to grow. If we grow our own, even in small numbers, we can eat healthy and we can also save money. And lastly, in this new normal, we must prioritize our needs rather than our wants. Our food, especially healthy food, should be prioritized rather than junk food or fast food. We must prioritize eating healthy, especially the lutong bahay vegetables, rather than material things like brand new gadgets, phones, clothes, or even your Shopee and Lazada. We have to focus first and foremost our health. During this new normal, we have experienced so many threats to our lives. There is also a threat of unemployment, threat of the rising prices in commodities, threats of poverty, and threats of lack of education. But the greatest threat was and is the COVID-19 virus. The threat to our health, remember, we cannot take for granted our health because if we get sick, no amount of material things can make you feel better. Definitely, health is wealth. Thank you very much. God bless us all. Mabuhay, Jaro National High School.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Dinupol, for that informative and heartening message for us all. Thank you once again. All right, and today's program is not going to be complete without us hearing another message from our supportive and brilliant public schools district supervisor of Haro 4B from Dr. Maria Teresa M. Penicilia. But on her behalf, our smart and bubbly assistant principal to the senior high school will read to us her message this morning. Ma'am Ruby A. Dumalaot, may I please welcome you on stage. Please give her an applause.
Sa masigasig na punong guro ng Haro National High School, Dr. Belinda Dinopol, mga mahuhusay na pinuno ng departamento, mga masisipag na guro, mga mag-aaral, mga magulang, at mga kagalang-galang na panauhin, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ako'y lubos na nagagalak sa pagkakataong inyong ibinigay na magbahagi ng mensahe sa pagdiriwang ng buwan ng nutrisyon na may temang New Normal na nutrisyon, sama-samang gawan ng solusyon. Alam nating lahat na hindi naging madali ang buhay natin sa tinatawag nating New Normal na dulot ng pandemya ng COVID-19. Naging isa itong malaking hamon, hindi lamang sa edukasyon, ekonomiya, kundi sa ating nutrisyon, lalong-lalo na sa nutrisyon ng ating kabataan. Kaya, samahan ninyo kami ngayong umaga at makiisa tayo sa pagdiriwang ng buwan ng nutrisyon upang lubos nating maunawaan ang kahalagahan ng nutrisyon sa new normal. Nang sa gayon ay sama-sama nating matugunan ang problema sa nutrisyon. Sa muli, isang magandang umaga sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Ma'am Ruby Dumalaog, for imparting the message of our district supervisor for today's program. Thank you, ma'am. Our school is the extension of our home. This is why our Department of Education has been supportive of activities that serves our real purpose. To strengthen the relation between the school and the community. We reached out to the community, we shared what has been harvested from our school's gulayan, and made it through our feeding programs and adopted barangay. With these efforts, we hope to admonish growing your own food and the health consciousness to the community. And that each school will continue to do this and be replicated to every household. It is clear that food security is life. And enough said, let's all watch this.
Daniel Alexia G. Gabawa, Grade 8 Cannery. President, Zarina Alexandria C. Finiquito, Grade 9 Mango. Vice President, Elaine V. Hisog, Grade 8 Swallow. Secretary, Jaya Joy Soberano, Grade 8 Cannery. Treasurer, June Charlotte A. Gallego, Grade 9 Grapes. Auditor, Marcel Angelic Franchette Ross Linan, Grade 8 Eagle. Business Manager, Andre Bon Coronado Jr., Grade 9 Guyabano. Public Information Officer. Representatives, Vince Matthew L. Lapag, Grade 7 Love. Ewan Tamagos, Grade 8 Swallow. Riza Anseta, Grade 9 Guyabano.
Time, our dear students. And before we proceed to the meaty part of our program, we will have an intermission number first. And I hope she is ready. I know it's Nutrition Month. It's a cliche that I would mention only about healthy eating habits, exercise, and all those stuff. Yeah, but hey, let's not just look around us, but let's look far beyond that. Our world is getting ill. We have pandemics, inflation, famine, and wars going on. Let's think, how are we going to live with this? How our future generation will would live by? Is this world worth fighting for? And let's hear an answer from the Jaro National High School Nightingale as she interpolates this into a song. I now give you Ma'am Rosalie Artajo. Please give her an applause.
Ano ganito? Ano galing nga? Lagi sa tao, ma?
What's up? Morning, everyone. This is for everybody. Any song coming from Beth Letter. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to fly. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of God. It's the voice of peace. It's the voice of every man. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. And there are no one, and no one, and no disease, no hungry mouth to feed. From a distance, we are instruments even though we are at one. From a distance, I just cannot comprehend what all this fight is for. Sing it! From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the hope of hope. It's the love of love. It's the heart of every man. It's the hope of hope. It's the love of love. This is the song of every man. But God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. Oh, God is watching us. God is watching. God is watching us from a distance. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Martao, for that soul-catching song. Alright? And now, the most awaited part of this program.
Sige pa, sir.
This is exciting for me as a health-conscious being with double X chromosomes. I know what it means. We have invited several health professionals. I refer to them as our heroes of this era. We have 3 doctors for our guest speakers who will give us the information, knowledge, and insight about how we should maintain our health and well-being. And to introduce our speakers this morning, let me call on our diligent and vibrant Staff Techno Coordinator, Ma'am Ivy Sharon A. de Guzman. Please give her an applause.
Good morning to each and everyone. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to us our guest speaker. Our first speaker obtained her Bachelor of Sciences in Biological Sciences from West Visayas University, her Doctor of Medicine from Central Philippine University, currently on her second year of residency, Family and Community Medicine, Western Visayas Medical Center. She is the concurrent Vice President of the Philippine Academy of Family Physicians Residents, Iloilo Chapter. Let's all welcome Dr. Teresa G. Alfonso, Medical Officer 3, Family and Community Medicine at Western Visayas Medical Center with the topic, Healthy Eating.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, I am Dr. Teresa Alfonso, Family and Community Medicine from Western Visayas Medical Center. I am tasked to discuss about healthy eating. So this lecture is in support to this month's celebration, Nutrition Month, with the theme of New Normal na Nutrisyon, Sama-samang gawan ng Solusyon. So at this point, the target of this lecture is our adolescents who are studying in this institution. So as we know, early adolescents are embarking on a journey of remarkable transitions and transformations. So be it physically, cognitively, emotionally, and socially. And the pace at which These adolescent experiences the physical and emotional change.
Their health behaviors and their lifestyle habits that are formed in their adolescence often continue into adulthood. So it is very important to lead and to guide them while they are still at that stage. Therefore, early adolescence is a key period for engaging the adolescents' active participation in a variety of health promoting and risk reducing behaviors such as healthy eating, daily physical activity, avoiding substance use, and for supporting family connectedness and promoting healthy sexuality. Parents have very important role because parents who also practice these behaviors reinforce their child's willingness and their ability to promote their own healthy lifestyles. So, what is healthy eating? So, as the early adolescent begins to take the responsibility for what he or she eats, his parents can support this decision making by providing healthy foods at home and opportunities for him to participate in food shopping and meal preparation. This can help the young person learn how to make healthy food choices in other situations, such as in school and restaurants, such as choosing foods lower in saturated fat and added sugars. Also, eating family meals together provides the parents with an opportunity to model healthy eating behaviors and to promote communication. Advocating for offering healthy food choices in school cafeterias, vending machines, snack bars, school stores, and other venues that offer food and beverages to these students also can be an importance. We must bear in mind that adequate calcium and vitamin D intake is an important concern for early adolescents who are experiencing their growth spurts and need calcium to support this optimal bone growth. So we need to ensure sufficient calcium and vitamin D intake through daily choices of low-fat or fat-free milk and milk products, such as yogurt and cheese. Fortified orange juice typically has calcium and vitamin D. Soy milk generally has both, but families should be encouraged to check the package label because not all yogurt has vitamin D. So, in order to ensure that our youth or our adolescents are taking or eating healthy, we have to ask these several questions. So, for the youth, which meals do you usually eat each day? Is it healthy? Or is it junk foods? Or is it more in fats? Or is it more on soda? Do you ever skip a meal? If so, how many times a week do you do it? Or do you have healthy food options at home or at school? What are they? How many servings of milk or other milk products such as yogurt or cheese did you have yesterday? How many servings of other calcium-containing foods did you have yesterday? Some questions also could be asked, such as how many fruits did you eat yesterday? How many vegetables? How often do you drink juice, soda, or sports or energy drinks? Are there any foods you want to eat? If so, which ones? And what changes would you like to make in the way you eat? So these are just example questions to ask our adolescents in order to know or to gauge if they are really eating healthy foods daily. Also, in assessing the adolescents, we could also guide or ask the parents who are with them. We can ask them as to, do you think your child eats healthy foods? Or what kinds of healthy foods are they eating? Do you have any difficulty getting healthy foods for your family? What gets in the way of your family eating healthy foods? Do you have any concern about your child's eating behaviors? For example, are they not drinking milk? Are they drinking soda or energy drinks or skipping meals? How often are you able to eat meals together as a family? So we can also do anticipatory guidance after assessing our students or our children, including the parents. So for the youth, we can advise them to eat in ways that help your body be as healthy as possible, such as you have to respond to your body's signals. Eat when you are hungry. Stop eating when you feel satisfied. Eat 3 healthy meals a day, and be reminded that breakfast is an especially important meal. So eat meals with your family also as often as you can. Choose healthy, nutrient-dense food and drinks for meals and snacks. So you have to eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. Choose whole grains like whole wheat bread, brown rice, and oats, not refined grains like white bread. Get enough protein from foods like chicken, fish, lean meats, eggs, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Keep your bones strong by having 20 to 24 ounces of low-fat or fat-free milk every day, plus an additional serving of yogurt or cheese. So if you don't drink milk or eat cheese or yogurt, choose other foods that contain calcium in foods and drinks that are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, like some orange juices and cereals. And then you have to limit foods and drinks that are high in calories, saturated fat, salt, added sugars, and refined grains, but low in nutrients like chips, pizza, ice cream, and cupcakes. Drink water throughout the day. Choose water or low-fat or fat-free milk instead of juice, fruit drinks, soda, vitamin, waters, sports, and energy drinks, and caffeine drinks. For the parents, also, we suggest that they have to support positive nutrition habits by keeping a variety of healthy foods at home and encouraging your child to make healthy food choices. Be a role model by making healthy nutrition choices yourself. Make family meals a priority. Eat together as a family as often as possible and make meal times pleasant and encourage conversations. Avoid having the television on or using phones during meals. Make sure your child has breakfast before going off to school. Support your child's choices by providing healthy food and drink options at home, such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean protein, and low-fat or fat-free dairy products. Limit the availability of high-calorie, low-nutrient foods and drinks. Calcium and vitamin D are important for healthy bones, so keep your child to get 20 to 24 ounces of low-fat or fat-free milk each day, plus an additional serving of low-fat yogurt and cheese. If your child does not drink milk or consume other dairy products, then you might talk to the doctor for other alternatives. This can include foods that naturally contain calcium as well as foods and beverages that are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, like orange juices and cereals. When your child is hungry, between meals, you may offer them healthy snacks like vegetables, fruits, yogurt, and cheese, and whole grain crackers. Let us now proceed to the middle adolescent age. So also in this middle adolescent age group, adequate calcium intake continues to be an important concern. You have to educate the adolescents and parents on ways to ensure that they receive sufficient calcium intake through daily choices of milk and milk products. Supplementation can only be considered for youth who cannot consume calcium-containing foods. Fortified orange juice typically has calcium and vitamin D. Soy milk generally has both. Check the label because not all yogurt has vitamin D. Vegetarian or vegan diets require careful attention to ensure adequate intakes of protein and nutrients. Also, you may assess or you may ask the adolescents such questions as these. Which meals do you usually eat each day? Do you ever skip a meal? Do you have healthy food options at home or at school? What are they? How many servings of milk did you have yesterday? How many servings of other milk products such as yogurt or cheese? How many servings of other calcium-containing foods did you have yesterday? And then you may ask them about vegetables if they have eaten it yesterday, fruits, no? How often do they drink soft drinks, juices, or are there any foods that they won't eat? And if they ever have would like to change the way they eat, no? And then how often do they eat meals together as a family? So also we can ask the parent, no? So we have teachers here who are also parents. So do you think your adolescent eats healthy foods? So what kinds of healthy foods? Do you have any difficulty getting healthy foods for your family? And what gets in the way of your family eating healthy foods? Do you have any concerns about your adolescents' eating behaviors such as not drinking milk, drinking soda, or sports or energy drinks, or skipping meals? Or how often do you eat meals together as a family? So why is it very important? Because for the adolescents, they have to eat in ways that help your body to be as healthy as possible, such as you have to respond to your body signals, especially when you are hungry, you have to eat. But when you feel satisfied, you have to stop eating also. And make sure that you eat 3 healthy meals a day. And do not skip breakfast because it is especially important meal. You can eat meals with your family as often as you can. You can also pick a healthy lunch from the school cafeteria or other food venues or pack a healthy lunch. So teachers, may we offer healthy lunch, healthy foods, especially in the school's canteen. Um, Choose healthy, nutrient-dense food and drinks for meals and snacks. No, you can eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, whole grains. You can get enough protein from foods. You have to keep your bones strong by having 20 to 24 ounces of low-fat or fat-free milk every day, plus an additional serving of yogurt or cheese. And then if you don't drink milk, or you don't eat cheese or yogurt, and you have to choose other foods that contain calcium and foods and drinks that are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, such as orange juices and cereals. Okay. Make sure to limit your foods and drinks that are high in calories, saturated fat, salt, added sugars, refined grains, but low in nutrients. These are chips, pizza, ice cream, cupcakes. So these are the foods that we really love to eat. You have to limit those foods and drinks because they are high in calories. Make sure to drink water throughout the day, and then always choose water or low-fat or fat-free milk instead of these juices, these fruit drinks, these soda, vitamin waters, sports and energy drinks, or any caffeine drinks. And especially do not drink too much of it. No. They are not really good for you. So for the parents, let us support our children, let us support our adolescents by support having to have a positive nutrition habits. No? So we have to keep a lot of variety of healthy foods, especially at home, and then you have to encourage your adolescent to make healthy food choices because we have to become a very good role model for them by making healthy nutrition choices by ourselves. No? And then make the family meals a priority. We seldom eat together as a family, but we have to, as often as possible. And then let us make these meal times pleasant and encourage conversation. Also, most of us now are watching TV during meals. We have to avoid that. Make sure your adolescent also has breakfast before going off to school. You may support your adolescent's choices by providing healthy food and drink options, especially at home. You can such as vegetables, fruits, prepare whole grains, lean protein, low fat or fat free dairy products, and then you have to limit the availability of high calorie, low nutrient foods and drinks at home. as what I have reiterated, no, calcium and vitamin D are important. So as adolescent, you have to get 24 ounces of it. And then additional serving of low-fat yogurt and cheese. And then if you are hungry in between meals, instead of eating the fast food that is being sold outside the cafeteria, outside the school's canteen, or anywhere that is very easily bought, no, you can take healthy snacks, no, like vegetables, fruits, yogurt and cheese, and whole grain crackers, especially if you are already hungry in between meals. Okay, so let us grow our adolescent into a healthy, responsible, and well-rounded adult. Let us start by eating healthy. As parents, as teachers, let us also become a very good role model for them. Prepare healthy food choices in the cafeteria in school, and also eat together with your adolescent at home. Teach them, offer them good choices, um, teach them how to choose, bring them whenever you buy food choices in the supermarket, so that you will be also teaching them how to how do that. And in between meals, instead of eating those unhealthy foods, you can always eat healthy products in between meals. Okay, so thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to give this lecture. I hope that you have learned something about this, about eating healthy and how to become a role model also for our students. Thank you very much. So this ends my lecture. Thank you.
Major in health system development, and currently a senior resident physician in
21 minutes.
family and community medicine. Let's welcome Dr. Analisa C. Cervantes, Medical Officer for Family and Community Medicine, Western Visayas Medical Center, and she's going to plunge us the current issues of today's health with the topic nutrition in COVID-19 nation.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. G. Gomez from the Western Visayas Medical Center, Department of Family and Community Medicine. So, the lecture for today is about wellness, emphasizing on the lifestyle check. Wellness is a modern word with ancient roots. The key tenets of wellness is both preventive and holistic and can be traced back to ancient civilizations from east to the west. The Global Wellness Institute defines wellness as the active pursuit of activities, choices, and lifestyles that lead to a state of holistic health. There are two important aspects of this definition. First, wellness is not a passive or static state, but rather an active pursuit that is associated with intentions, choices, and actions as we work toward an optimal state of health and well-being. Second, wellness is linked to holistic health. That is, it extends beyond physical health and incorporates many different dimensions that should work in harmony. And these dimensions are what we are going to discuss today. Wellness is about more than just the physical health. Most models of wellness include at least 6 dimensions, namely mental, spiritual, emotional, social, environmental, and physical. For physical health, it involves nourishing a healthy body through exercise, nutrition, and sleep. Mental involves engaging the world through learning, problem solving, and creativity. Emotional deals with being aware of accepting and expressing our feelings and understanding the feelings of others. Spiritual is through searching for meaning and higher purpose in human existence. And social is connecting and engaging with others and our communities in meaningful ways. And then finally, for environmental, fostering positive interrelationships between planetary health and human actions, choices, and well-being. In order to achieve a holistic wellness, changing or modifying the lifestyle behaviors provide a variety of health and wellness benefits that can reduce your risk of disease and conditions, improve your productivity, and reduce your health costs. There are different aspects of behavior that contribute to wellness, and these are diet, physical activity, sleep, mental health, tobacco use, alcohol and other substance use and abuse, personal hygiene, sexual activity, skincare, and sun exposure. Let's go to diet. Adults should be encouraged to limit intake of fat, maintain caloric balance, and emphasize fruits, vegetables, and green products containing fiber in their dietary regimen. In the prevention of cancer, one should avoid food that are salt cured or preserved with nitrates and food that may be carcinogenic. Pinggang Pinoy is a new and easy to understand food guide that uses familiar food plate model to convey the right food group proportions on a per meal basis to meet the body's energy and nutrient needs of adults. It serves as a visual tool to help Filipinos adopt healthy eating habits at meal times by delivering effective dietary and healthy lifestyle messages. Shown in this slide is an example of the Pinggang Pinoy that emphasizes the different food groups with corresponding proportion. So in a standard 9-inch plate of our Filipino, it should occupy 33% rice, 33% vegetables, 17% meat, and 17% fruit, with emphasis on the different three main groups of food, which includes go, grow, glow, and including water. Another aspect of health is what we call BMI, which is a practical and widely used method to screen for obesity, and the unit is kilogram per meter squared. Increased BMI is associated with increase in adverse health events. The World Health Organization has issued guidelines defining an underweight, overweight, and obese based on the body mass index, and at the same time, there is also an Asian criteria which we widely use in our setup. Looking at this table, this is going to show you the BMI values on the two criteria mentioned. As you can see, the normal BMI based on World Health Organization criteria is at 18.5 to 24.9. And an Asian criteria, which we recommend for you to use, is at 18.5 to 22.9. The physical activity pyramid, according to the National Physical Activity Guidelines for Youth developed by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, recommend that at least 60 minutes of physical activity each day. The 5 steps of physical activity in this pyramid will help you understand the 5 kinds of physical activity, which build different parts of fitness, produce different health and wellness benefits, and specificity. To meet the recommended 60-minute daily activity, you can choose from the different types of activities. For optimal benefits, You should perform activities from all parts of the pyramid each week. As you can see, the activities near the bottom of the pyramid may need to be done more frequently and for a longer period of time than those near the top of the pyramid to get the same volume of activity. For example, in step 1, you see these are moderate physical activities. It includes walking, doing your yard work, bowling, or doing active household chores. The second step, which involves vigorous aerobics, example jogging, biking, swimming, and aerobic dance. And on step 3, these involves vigorous sports and recreation, for example, tennis, soccer, canoeing, and skateboarding. Muscle fitness exercises belong to step 4, which includes resistance training, calisthenics, wall climbing, and plyometrics. And lastly, step 5, which is flexibility exercises, are stretching exercises, yoga, and gymnastics. So doing these different levels of activity will let you achieve what we call energy balance. Energy balance means that the energy that you take in, in the form of the food that you eat, should be equal to the energy that you spend in the form of your physical activity. Next is sleeping. We spend approximately a third of our lives asleep. Sleep is an essential and involuntary process without which we cannot function effectively. It is as important to our bodies as eating, drinking, and breathing, and is vital for maintaining good health and physical health. Sleeping helps to repair and restore our brains and not just our bodies. It is recommended that sleep should be at least 8 hours per day, and it has become increasingly evident that poor sleep with sleep initiation difficulties is an independent risk factor for cardiac events among men. Reduced sleep means poorer overall health and poorer quality of life. According to Mental Health Foundation report on sleep matters, the impact of sleep on health and well-being, humans are not designed to be awake during the night. People who regularly work night shifts are thought to be at a greater risk of cancer and heart diseases. Shown in this table is the recommended number of hours of sleep based on age group. So for your age group, I would assume that's between 14 to 17 years old. The recommended number of hours of sleep is at 8 to 10 hours per day. And shown in this slide are the common do's and don'ts in the sleep hygiene. So you do go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. So for example, if you're sleeping at 8 p.m. today, the following day you should also sleep at 8 p.m. and wake up, for example, at 6 a.m. So you sleep and wake up same day every day. Do exercises at least 60 minutes each day. Do take a bath or read a book before going to bed. And make sure that your room is dark and quiet when you sleep. And then you can wear earplugs or eye mask and use your bed only for sleeping and not for watching TV or using your phones and other things. Don'ts in the sleeping hygiene is for you not to use electronic devices right before bed, at least 1 hour before you sleep. You don't have or you are not supposed to take soda, coffee, or any energy drinks that contain caffeine past 4 p.m. And then avoid nicotine or alcohol, avoid naps, and then don't eat heavy meal right before bed. And then please do not or don't go doing exercises heavily before going to bed. So in substance abuse or use, we'll emphasize more on alcohol abuse, which is also known as alcohol misuse, which is a serious problem. It is a pattern of drinking too much alcohol too often. It interferes with your daily life, and you may be suffering from alcohol abuse if you drink too much alcohol at one time or too often throughout the week. It is also a problem if drinking harms your relationship. It can cause you to be unable to function at work and in other areas of your life. So the recommended alcohol intake for a female or an elderly male or female is 1 drink per day, and for men, that would be 2 drinks per day. According to the National Institute of Alcohol Use and Abuse and the U.S. Department of Agriculture, they define risky use of alcohol as more than, in men, consuming more than 4 drinks on any day or 14 days per week, and for women, consuming more than 3 drinks in any day or 7 drinks per week. Tobacco use or tobacco smoking is another aspect that we should discuss. Tobacco smoke contains over 4,000 chemicals, 60 of which are known to be suspected carcinogens, and others have marked irritant properties. Nicotine is one of the most popular components of tobacco. It is a drug that is naturally found in our tobacco and produces a pleasurable feeling. It is as addictive as the heroin and cocaine and makes the smoker physically and psychologically depend on it. It stays in the blood for 3 to 4 days after quitting. Tobacco use or smoking is a risk factor for cancer and chronic diseases such as stroke, coronary artery diseases, and respiratory diseases. Smoking in particular causes 9 out of 10 of all lung cancers. More women die of lung cancer versus breast cancer. And then 8 out of 10 of all deaths from COPD and its complications. And there is an increased risk for death from all causes in men and women. Talking about secondhand smoking, it says that smoke contains the same toxin as the smoke inhaled directly by the smoker, and while it is more dilute, it is associated with similar range of disease in exposed non-smokers. So if you think of smoking, you think not just the pleasure you get from it, but the harmful effects of this vice to yourself, to others, and to your loved ones. Hygienic behaviors. According to the Centers for Disease and Control Prevention, hygiene refers to the behavior that can improve cleanliness and lead to good health, such as frequent hand washing, facial cleanliness, and bathing with soap and water. Many diseases can be prevented through proper hygiene practices, such as covering your cough and sneeze, washing hands after handling animals, and showering before you swim. A good hygienic behavior include the ones that is shown in this slide: wearing of face mask, hand washing, and social distancing. In the advent of COVID-19, as a healthcare worker who manage COVID-19 patients, we cannot overemphasize the importance of these minimum health safety standards. Aside from vaccination, it has been and always will be our way of fighting the unknown virus around us. So for proper wearing of mask, it is emphasized in this picture here. Proper hand washing. And then for our social distancing, keep in mind it should be at least 1 meter. Now, sexual health is a fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individual, couples, and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. Sexual health, when viewed affirmatively, requires a positive and respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships, as well as the possibility of having pleasurable and safe sexual experiences free of coercion, discrimination, and violence. The ability of men and women to achieve sexual health and well-being depends on their access to comprehensive and quality information about sex and sexuality, knowledge about the risks they may face, and their vulnerability to adverse consequences of unprotected sexual activity. And then their ability to access sexual health care. And then finally, living in an environment that affirms and promotes sexual health. Please also take note that there are negative consequences of poor sexual behavior. And these are infections with human immunodeficiency virus, sexually transmitted infections, reproductive tract infections and their adverse outcomes, such as cancer, specifically cervical cancer and infertility, unintended pregnancy and abortion, sexual dysfunction, sexual violence, and harmful practices. For skincare and environment, the U.S. National Weather Service and Environment Protection have developed the UV index, which gives you an idea of how strong the UV light is in your area in any given day on a scale of 1 to 11. A higher number means the greater risk of exposure to UV rays and higher chance of sunburn and skin damage that could ultimately lead to skin cancer. So in this picture, you see that this is the UV index. UV index 0 to 2. You can wear your sunglasses on bright days. If you burn easily, you cover up and use broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen. Watch out for bright surfaces like the sand, water, snow, which would reflect UV and increase your exposure. For UV index 3 to 5, it is recommended that you stay in the shade near the midday when the sun is strongest. And for days with moderate UV index and higher, you wear protective clothing, a wide-brimmed hat, and UV blocking sunglasses. For index 6 to 7, there should be reduced time in the sun between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and if outdoors, you seek shade. At index 8 to 10, it is recommended for days with higher UV index and beyond to minimize the sun exposure between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And for index 11 or higher, the UV index reading of 11 or more means extreme risk of harm from unprotected sun exposure. So you take all the precautions because unprotected skin and eyes can burn in minutes in this UV index. So most skin cancers, take note, are caused by too much exposure to ultraviolet rays, and most of these exposures comes from the sun, and people who get a lot of exposure to UV rays are at risk of developing skin cancer as well. Now, in humans, coping behavior is an action taken to soothe oneself from oneself during or after a stressful or threatening situation. Stress is a normal psychological and physical reaction to the demands of life. All of us are experiencing stress. A small amount of stress can be good. It can motivate you to perform well. But many challenges daily, such as sitting in the traffic or meeting deadlines and paying bills, can push you beyond your ability to cope. So stress management can give you a range of tools to reset and to recalibrate your alarm system. It can help your mind and body adapt, and without it, your body might always be on high alert. So over time, chronic stress can lead to serious health problems. Don't wait until stress damages your health, relationships, or quality of life. Start practicing the stress management techniques today. And what a better way to do that is to manage your stress through. There are 9 ways that has been suggested. Spend time in nature, spend time with friends, practice art, read books, think positive, do your exercises, manage time, practice yoga, and above all, say your prayers. That would be all. Thank you very much for your attention.
of information you have shared with us. Finally, yet importantly, our third speaker, a graduate of BS Biology in UP in the Visayas, her Doctor of Medicine from Iloilo Doctors College. Present, presently, she is the Chief Resident Medical Officer from the Department of Family and Community Medicine, Western Visayas Medical Center. She will impart her expertise on the topic, wellness. Let's give Dr. D. Miro Gomez a round of applause.
Thank you for the opportunity given to me to share my knowledge on nutrition to our dear students of Haro National High School as part of their Nutrition Month celebration. With the theme of this year, New Normal na Nutrisyon, Sama-samang gawan ng Solusyon. So the theme calls for strengthened nutrition interventions and solidarity towards nutrition improvement as the country shifts towards living with the COVID-19 virus. The theme signifies the key role of nutrition in building resilience from pandemic to endemic paradigm. The term new normal was adopted to signify a transition to a better normal while bringing the positive impacts of the pandemic to become more resilient and to prevent future pandemics. The pandemic has made a huge impact on nutrition, such as disruptions in the delivery of nutrition and related services, increased hunger incidents, and many more. But there are also positive impacts, such as innovation in service delivery, home food production, increased awareness of one's health and consuming healthy diets, and the solidarity amongst the people to help each other. So, what is nutrition? When we say nutrition, it is a biochemical and physiological process by which an organism uses food to support its life, including ingestion, absorption, assimilation, biosynthesis, catabolism, and excretion. Nutrition is all about eating a healthy and balanced diet. It is a science of how the food you eat affect your body. So food is essential because it provides vital nutrients for survival and helps the body function and stay healthy. Food is comprised of macronutrients including protein, carbohydrate, and fat that not only offer calories to fuel the body and give it energy, but also play specific roles in maintaining health. Food also supplies micronutrients, including the vitamins and minerals, and the phytochemicals that don't provide calories but serve a variety of critical functions to ensure the body operates optimally. So the six essential core nutrients for body functions includes water, which keeps you hydration and flushing toxins out, protein that provides the building blocks of the body, carbohydrates that fuel our body, fat that help maintain optimal health, vitamins and minerals, which ward off diseases. So these essential nutrients are categorized into macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients includes the carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, which are the main source of energy for the body, while our micronutrients, including vitamins and minerals, are essential to maintain health. Speaking of macronutrients, such as our protein found in beef, chicken, pork, fish and seafoods, eggs, and other legumes, which provides the body with amino acid. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins which are needed for growth, development, and repair and maintenance of body tissues. Protein provides structure to muscle and bone. It repairs tissues when damaged and helps immune cells to fight inflammation and infection. The main role of a carbohydrate is to provide energy and fuel the body the same way gasoline fuels a car. Foods such as corn, rice, potatoes, and other root vegetables that deliver sugars or starches that provide carbohydrates for energy. Energy allows the body to do daily activities as simple as walking and talking, and as complex as running and moving heavy objects. Fuel is needed for growth, which makes sufficient fuel especially important for growing children and pregnant women. Even at rest, the body needs calories to perform vital functions such as maintaining body temperature, keeping the heart beating, and digesting food. While the dietary fat, which is found in oils, coconut, milk, cheese, meat, poultry, and fish, it provides structure to cells and portion membranes to help prevent damage. Oils and fats are also essential for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins, including vitamin A nutrient important for healthy eyes and lungs. Our micronutrients, such as vitamins and minerals, are food components that help support overall health and play important roles in a cell metabolism and neurological functions. Vitamins aid in energy production, wound healing, bone formation, immunity, and eye and skin health, while our minerals help maintain cardiovascular health and provide structure to the skeleton. So, consuming a balanced diet, including fruits and vegetables, dairy, protein foods, and whole grains, helps ensure the body has plenty of nutrients to use. So, providing a few examples of specific micronutrients and functions that can enhance effectiveness of nutrition, such as vitamin A, which helps the eyes to see, calcium and magnesium, help muscles and blood vessels relax, preventing cramps and high blood pressure. Vitamin C helps wounds heal and the body's ability to fight off germs. And iron, which helps the blood transport oxygen throughout the body and prevents anemia. So in our school, we learn about Go, Grow, and Glow food. Go food, which is energy giving, nagbibigay ng lakas at sigla sa katawan. Grow food, bodybuilding, nagpapatangkad at nagbubuo ng katawan. While our glow food, body regulating, nagpapatibay ng katawan laban sa sakit at nagpapakinis ng kutis. So building blocks of nutrition include protein for growing babies in utero, for child and adolescent growth, and for repairing damaged skin, blood, and other body parts in adults who aren't growing. Some parts of the body are replaced regularly, like blood and skin. So even adults are building new body parts regularly. Calcium is also a building block for building bones. Iron is a building block for blood. Since blood cells also last a few months, the body constantly needs more iron and protein to make new blood. So, meaning a healthy diet means stronger body building blocks. So, the benefits of healthy eating for children, it keeps skin, teeth, and eyes healthy. It supports brain development. It supports muscle. It supports healthy growth. It helps achieve and maintain healthy weight. It boosts immunity. It strengthens bone and it helps the digestive system function. So during the pandemic, the role of nutrition is very important because nutrition has an important role in supporting the immune system and maintaining proper immune function. So millions of families across the world have home quarantined themselves to reduce the risk of COVID-19 infection. While many people are juggling between work from home and household chores, making healthy meals can be really challenging. Proper nutrition is important throughout, but it has become more crucial in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic. People who eat a well-balanced diet tend to have stronger immune system, which lowers the risk of infections. Though there is no dietary supplement that can prevent COVID-19 infection, having a healthy diet can certainly strengthen your immune system. During COVID-19 outbreaks, there are a lot of nutrition advices was given. So here are 5 ways to promote healthy eating amidst COVID-19 pandemic. First, keep up the intake of fruits and vegetables. Though you cannot always get what you want in the market, with little planning, you can ensure that you and your family are eating healthy. Make sure that every day you are eating fresh fruits and vegetables. You can try making soups and other healthy recipes that can be quickly reheated and consumed. Second, you can stock up healthy snacks. With limited outdoor activity and more time in hand, there is more time for snacking. Most of you need a snack or two between meals. So instead of keeping sugary drinks and salt laden snacks in your refrigerator, stock up your kitchen with healthy snacks. Cut vegetables like carrots, broccoli, and cucumbers are ideal for evening snacks. Dry fruits, yogurt with fruits, and roasted nuts are also great snack options. Limit highly processed food. With lockdown restrictions in place in many areas, many people stock up their kitchen with junk food. Not only is junk food weight gaining, but it also has an adverse effect on your immune system. High intake of salt and sugar hinders the body's immune functions. To retrain your palate, treat yourself with fruits instead of desserts. To cut down salt intake, be careful with condiments like salad dressings and ketchup that contain sodium. Stay hydrated. Water is essential for a strong immune system. Water transports nutrients to various parts of the body, and it also helps the body to get rid of toxins and waste. Dehydration can adversely affect your body's metabolism, increasing your susceptibility to infections. While juice and other beverages are hydrating, it is best to drink water as it is calorie free. Remember, sugary beverages do not quench your thirst, and too much sugar can increase your blood glucose levels. And lastly, avoid outside food. Eating out or ordering food from the restaurants can increase your chances of getting infected of COVID-19. It is best to eat at home as home cooked food is healthier than takeout. Cooked in less oil and without preservatives and taste enhancers, home cooked food offers a host of amazing health benefits. That's all, and thank you.
Doctor, um, Dr. Cervantes. Thank you so much, Dr. Analisa Cervantes, for that wonderful lecture. Thank you. Thank you so much, our dear guest speakers. And now we are on the part of giving our certificates. As an appreciation for your time and imparted knowledge today, we would like to give you this certificate of recognition. And let me read the text here on. This certificate of recognition is presented to Dr. Teresa G. Alfonso in grateful acknowledgement of her invaluable time and expertise rendered as resource speaker during the Nutrition Month celebration of Jaro National High School with the topic titled Healthy Eating, held via Facebook and YouTube on July 1st, 2022. Given at Jaro National High School, Iloilo City, this 1st of July 2022, signed by the school principal, Belinda Venus Dinupol, PhD. The same certificate of recognition is presented to Dr. Analisa C. Cervantes and Dr. D. Mero Gomez. Thank you so much. Thank you once again, dear guest speakers. This program will not end unless we hear a heartfelt closing remark from the person who has dedicated her time, patience, and diligence to make this program possible. I am referring to none other than our ever bustling and dedicated staff techno coordinator, Ma'am Ivy A. Sharon de Guzman. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Ivy.
Again, a pleasant morning to all. On behalf of the TLE Department, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who made this Nutrition Month celebration 2022 with the theme, New Normal na Nutrisyon, Sama-samang gawan ng Solusyon, possible and successful. To our very supportive school principal for Dr. Belinda Venus Dinopol, our dynamic and beautiful department head, Ma'am Gemma S. Jocampo, to Sir Melvin Rojo, our technical team headed by Sir Luis Bernal, and to all dedicated TLE teachers, teachers of Haro National High School, my deepest thanks to all of you. Despite of the hectic schedules and checking of forms, you still supported this event given your precious time and effort. We appreciate you. As this was our first Friday Mass held in our school from the past years and celebrating our Nutrition Month program. And this won't happen without you all. Again, thank you so much and congratulations to all of us.
And before we finally wrap up our today's event, I would like to express our sincere thanks to all TLE teachers, ma'ams and sirs, to our ICT technical team, headed by Sir Luis Bernal, with Ma'am Paula Jessa Bernal and Sir Kevin Lapad. Thank you, sirs and moms, who actually exerted their efforts for this event, especially to our head teacher, Ma'am Gemma S. Jocampo, and to our principal for Dr. Belinda V. Dinupol for the support to make this event a success. This is Ms. Liz Ardenio at your service for today's program. Have a blessed day ahead and be safe, everyone. Thank you for coming and watching. God bless us all. Thank you.